Hello there and welcome along to day one of the Hero World League final. It's Australia versus Belgium. Australia, the reigning world champions, against Belgium, ranked 5th in the world. Fans are here, some support there for the Belgian players, family and friends here to support both sides. And Belgium away to the left-hand side of your picture there in the all-red. Australia coming out in the gold and green. Belgian fans already to their feet, ready for the national anthems. The squads lining up side by side here in Delhi, in India. 6 days of hockey to look forward to then. The world's top 8 sides all here in action at the Hero Hockey World League final. Right, then we're ready for the first game of the tournament. It's Australia versus Belgium. The Indians keen to get on with things. Some rapid national anthems there as both sides meet each other. So then brace yourself for this one. A rematch of the round 3 game, which Belgium came out on top on after winning on penalties. How will things fare today? Let's have a look at both sides' lineups. Tyler Lovell takes his place in goal. Just 8 caps so far for the youngster. Liam de Jong, Simon Orchard, Glenn Turner, Jason Wilson. Mark Knowles back into the side after his ankle injury. Eddie Ockenden, Joel Carroll, Tristan White, Timothy Deven and Kieran Govers making the starting lineup. There's Rick Charlesworth, their talismanic coach. Charlesworth having played 227 caps for the Kookaburras. His side away to our left-hand side. Their opponents today are Belgium, and here's how they line up with Van Asch in goal. John Doman, the captain, Charlier, Thijs, Denea, Gunyard, Sedelia and Loyapart. Keep an eye out for number 27 there, Tom Bone, one of the star players, with Strindonk and Bockard making up the starting 11. 6 substitutes on the bench that can come on at any stage under the guidance there of Mark Lammers. Lammers, who guided the Netherlands women to Olympic gold in Beijing in 2008. We've got our 2 officials as well, our umpires out there, Hong Lei Kim of Korea, and from the Netherlands, Roel van Aert. And we are ready for the first game of this Hero Hockey World League final. So Ockenden braced, as are Australia, playing from left to right. Australia get us underway then. The first game of the Hero Hockey World League final. It's Australia versus Belgium. A rematch, as I said, of that game between the two sides, where it finished 2-2 at full time in round 3, the semi-finals. Both sides in action early on in this final stage of the tournament, the inaugural tournament, and Australia into the knee first, and could have opened the scoring there. A chance on the back foot for Ockenden to slip it there, claiming a free hit and almost getting the first goal on the board. Now Belgium counter-attack with Australia doing some hard leg work back to try and block that route to goal. Almost a deflection there for Bone up front. And a fiery start to this first half between these two sides. Michael Absalom here in the commentary box, alongside me, Simon Mason, and we'll be guiding you through this tournament with Cedric D'Souza and Debayan Sen also joining us as part of the commentary team. Simon, good to have you on board. A rapid start to this first game.
It was indeed, and it looked like the Belgians were trying to zone mark right in the beginning. Australia were able to throw that long overhead to players in space. They're going to need to get their distances right between forward and defender to cut that out.
Australia then with the restart now into the attacking half for the second time in the game. Just laid off there by Turner to Orchard. Turner now with the cross in, takes a deflection, it'll be a long corner. Aerial ball this time is cut out. And the Australian player there, who was Eddie Ockenden, was not 5 metres, so the advantage blown for Belgium.
The highlight that you just saw, Tice was running away into the forward line as centre forward, but it was him who actually collected that ball on the head of his own circle defensively a moment ago. Australians known for their pace and power and pressing. The Belgians are going to have to defend as a complete unit and not give any space to deny them any opportunities.
A bit of argy-bargy out there as well early doors, and the umpire just trying to get some sort of sense of calm out there as Denayer looked to take the quick free hit. Mic'd up all the way through this game. Should we need a video referral, we'll be able to hear exactly what the umpires are referring for. Slightly bobbly ball there for Bockhart to try and control. There's another look at that contact between Ockenden and also Denayer.
Ockenden knew what he was doing in terms of staying down on the ground there. Wasn't going to get out the way to allow the Belgians a quick free hit with him out of play.
So Belgium currently ranked 5th in the world against Australia, ranked number 2. Germany's the only side ranked higher than Australia. But it was Belgium that had the last laugh in Rotterdam when these two sides met last time around. They've beaten the last couple of occasions, actually. This is now Tice again down the left-hand side. There's the ball off. Goodyard will take the restart. Trying to find a way through here, but no way there past White. Here's Turner. Ockenden. There's the free hit. There was a little push in the back there on Ockenden. That's what the free hit was given for.
Yeah, Bone, I think he's slightly hard done by there. It's a great shave tackle, but another overhead.
And whilst we're on overheads, the player's able to play the ball above shoulder height, which is a nice welcome addition, or a welcome back addition in the rules, and highlighted there as Belgium come forward again into the D now. Their first shooting opportunity. Keeper got something on it. Player was sliding in far post as well, looking for that far post deflection, but that the first real chance for Belgium to open the scoring. A sigh of relief there from Rick Charlesworth. Belgium come forward again, reversed it across this time. Is not dangerous, goes across the face of goal. It'll be a sideline ball for Australia. Slightly misty day out there today here in Delhi. You can see that murk just sort of on the horizon in your picture. dense fog that's been with us the last couple of days is due to clear up later in the week. So inside the first 5 minutes gone, it's Australia 0, Belgium 0. Belgium with a route one ball, cut out this time by Knowles. Drive forward from Beale, earns the free hit.
Yeah, Knowles so good at policing that sweeping line at the top of the circle, putting himself on a direct position between the ball and the middle of his goal. So anything that's drilled in from distance, he should eat up, particularly if he's able to stay free and not have to mark one of the Belgian forwards.
Knowles, who plays his state hockey for Queensland, back from that ankle injury which he sustained in September during the Australia Hockey League. Some new trainers there, by the looks of things, for Rick Charlesworth.
And that's how you can hear the umpires communicating with the players. It's a great thing when you are a player out there for the umpires to just chat to you, give you little pointers as you go, because it avoids the conflict that can sometimes occur if an umpire has a certain set of expectations and doesn't tell you about them.
Yeah, absolutely. Crystal clear coming through here as well. And Belgium on the turn with Van Obel. Good stretching run from Doman. Field ball cut out. Was there a foot? No, says the umpire.
Yeah, Kirster's appealed, but his angle was wrong. He'd run behind the Australian defender. I thought it had hit his foot, but just came down dead into the D.
Belgium currently sitting back on about a three-quarter press. They decide just to put a bit of pressure on there and get possession back, but it'll be inside their own half. Bit of space out there for Belgium to move the ball around. They think about coming left, but this is Van Stridonk now. Ball forward, good lead run back towards it from Doman. Belgium very much a side on the up as far as men's hockey go at the moment. They are starting to find their momentum. And their target is very much to finish inside the top four here and above their world ranking position. Valuable ranking points to be picked up. Australia back with numbers, guarding that direct route to goal. At least 7 between the free hit and the goalkeeper. First time ball again is cut out this time by Carroll.
Recent short passage of play, umpire Kim making sure that the free hit is exactly where he wants it to be.
It's Turner up front now with the restart. There's the substitutes waiting to come on, 3 for each side. Rapid turnover of substitutions. All right, I think you were saying this morning somewhere along the line of 70 or 80 sometimes they roll in and out.
That's right, there could easily be 70 or 80 substitutions. Some of the teams actually substitute off a clock, some of them substitute off medical data. Some of these players may well be wearing heart rate monitors, but they'll be doing maximum 6 or 7 minutes of high intensity leg work before they have to come off. If they do any longer than that, the recovery time increases and it really is detrimental.
Gubbers, Deven and Knowles just waiting in the wings for Australia to come on. This is Wetton in the meantime, looking to get inside the D and earn a free hit. Got around the back, but couldn't team up with Zalewski to get any further.
Superb individual skill, managed to crab almost running sideways and moving the ball forwards and backwards. Here we'll see it again.
Yeah, fabulous little bit of skill, just looking for the 1-2 there. There'll be plenty more opportunity. First 10 minutes has flown by. Still no goals in it though, as that one goes the wrong side of the goal. Australia 0, Belgium 0. It's Turner coming off, and it looks as though Govers will be going on for him. Carroll also off, Knowles back on.
And Mike, that highlights what we're talking about in terms of how tired Turner. The game's only 10 minutes old, and he looks pretty exhausted as he's running off heavy legs, shoulders down. He'll recover incredibly quickly. It just shows how hard these guys are working right from the offset.
You can hear the amount of noise as well out there, the vocal communication between these two sides, moving the press around, working hard off the ball.
But look how high the Aussie press is. Now they force Belgium to go backwards. They're quite happy to step out. Wetton doing a huge amount of running to create that pressure.
And the turnover of possession as well as Orchard comes forward. The way back into his own half, and Australia will come round with Tim Deven. Forward ball's a good one, picked up on the reverse, great bit of skill along the baseline now, beats the keeper, and well, no foul in there, but what a run there from Jacob Wetton.
Outstanding. The first pick from the long ball was just brilliant. How he took that, stopped it dead. Unlucky not to get something out of that, having gone past the keeper.
Well, let's have another look at it here in the slow motion. There was the long ball forward from Deven, and that's the pick that you're talking about. Then skins his player there, gets it past the keeper, and just couldn't stay on his feet to tuck it under him and into the goal.
Well, I think he's unlucky not to get something. Van Asch comes out and he goes between his legs. There's the contact. You could argue the umpire should possibly have seen that as a foul.
Well, maybe to look back on and reflect on, but didn't seem to be too many complaints coming from the Australia camp. Crossed into the D again, this time a touch away from Belgian defender, which was Dokier. So 8 sides in the tournament, as we mentioned. Mark Lammers there watching on, in charge of the Belgian crew as Belgium come forward again. That was going down the defender's throat. Knowles with the restart. Wilson now with the ball forward. It was in the right space, but forward run not quite in the right place to meet it.
Yeah, mine, it was Charlier who took the ball above his head, and whilst you can do that, the danger rule still does apply. So if the umpires perceive there's danger, they will blow it as a free hit, not because the ball is above the shoulder, but because they think it's going to be dangerous.
Zaluski now in the midfield, nicknamed the Moose. We were chatting with the Australia camp beforehand. Comes from that surname, Zaluski, Luski, Mooski, and now the Moose. It's amazing, isn't it?
Typical in team sport, it just gets more and more random as you go on.
This is Budgeon now with the aerial ball. There at the possession as well. Quickly, Australia 55% of the possession so far, and have had the better of the circle penetrations in this first half, 4-1. And there's a look too at shots on target. Australia 2, Belgium 1. No goals as yet though. Tyler Lovell in goal for Australia today, and Vincent Van Asch starts in the Belgian goal. Denaire now with the route one ball forward. Deven diving towards it to tip that one for a long corner. And an interception on the second time of asking.
And look at Belgium, quite happy to stay high and swarm the ball. That's incredibly brave defending from Van Ogle, stepping forwards on a flat stick to deny the easy ball out for Australia.
And Belgium themselves opting to stay a little higher in the press. Route one ball into the D, and play waved on. Is there a foot? They have got their TV referral if they want to use it. Again, another ball taken above head height, this time from Dumont. Remember, both sides do have a video referral to use as and when they want to use it. That green dot next to both of the sides' names in the top left-hand corner, that's green. That means they've still got their referral intact. Little foot there just outside the D. Interception now from Australia as Belgium look to play the ball back, and a strong run forward this time again from Kieran Govers, who picks up the ball inside the 25. Plays it back to the head of that 25. Now they'll look to go again. Reverse stick time. Oh, he's tucked it behind his back. That's what he was blown for there, Simon Orchard, just protecting the ball.
That's right, as he carried the ball forwards, it just dropped off his left shoulder. You can't back into players. Whilst you can shield the ball, you can't do it whilst backing into your opposite number. That's what it was blown for, but it was the run from Govers in the first instance that created that. It's all because the Australian defensive strategy appears to only be played to defend with sort of 8 or 9 men. Earlier on we saw Tice for Belgium, centre forward, come all the way back, but we're not seeing that from the 2 Australian forwards. They're able to stay a little higher and just stretch the play a bit.
Wilson there, who is one of those high forwards. Turner now joins him, alongside him Govers, the three of them inside the D. Restart from De Jong. Back now to Knowles. De Jong again. Ball taken away from Ockenden, and now they counter-attack with Gunyard. Looking forward, he's got Sadalier in front of him, and just a bit of miscommunication there as he looked to find his teammate. There's the Australian reserve goalkeeper, George Baisley, waiting in the wings patiently, and I'm sure he'll get a go. Some teams using the rotation system with their players and particularly their goalkeepers.
And Australia have done it for many years. They do look to use both their goalkeepers during early tournament games, only because they believe if they don't do that, sorry, just pausing to see if the Australians can win the ball. If they don't do that and in later games there is an injury, that second choice goalkeeper's done nothing and is effectively cold coming into the tournament. So they do try and keep both keepers involved.
"17 minutes left to play then in the first half. No goals as yet if you are just joining us, wherever you are joining us in the world, whether it's on the TV or on the internet. Welcome on board. Day one of the Hero Hockey World League final. 8 teams in action, including Belgium and Australia, who play each other here in game 1. Jab tackle there from Deven. Tidied up by White. Ockenden now. First time ball to Russell Ford. Rusty forward now to Turner. Free hit 1. Ball has to travel 5 metres, remember, it has done now, and so can go into the D. There's Bone back to Van Obel. Aerial ball, the safest option. Brought down comfortably, though, by Knowles. One-time layoff finds Beale. His ball was searching for Turner. Cut out, though, and Belgium come again. Lovely overlapping run this time from Denea. Now a little bit of trouble as Belgium break into the D, onto the reverse stick, and swept away to Turner.
Well, out the picture, we've got Denea having a word with the umpire Kim because he felt he was checked. He gave the ball into the circle and went for the return, but just had his run blocked. Umpire Kim not feeling there was any sort of infringement there, but he certainly felt that he wasn't able to get where he wanted to go. Kim of Korea, alongside him Roel van Aert of the Netherlands, umpiring this game.
massive stadium as well that we're playing at here in New Delhi in India. Not quite at capacity yet, Mace.
Not quite yet, but as the week goes on, it'll fill up, and particularly for the India games. Obviously, they have such a passionate group of fans. It doesn't look like there's many people here watching, but it's amazing how many parents and friends of these hockey players will travel huge distances to come and support their teams.
Remember your mum rocking up one year to watch you in the Olympics, Mace? Sporting a T-shirt, I'm Mace's mum. And we're going to see our first card, I think, of the tournament. Yes, we are. It's a yellow. So it's at least 5 minutes in the sin bin for Eddie Ockenden. And here's why. Yeah, his shoulder just catching bone here as he looks to go forward. Cleans him out there. 5 minutes at least in the bin then for Ockenden. Australia down to 10.
Australia coming down now. They've broken away. It's ball into circle. If Turner can get there, Van Ash had to be ready, right on his guard. The goalkeepers have to come a little bit higher up the circle.
There is confirmation of that card for Eddie Ockenden. So Australia, as you'd expect, just sitting back a little bit now. It's the opportunity that Belgium will be looking for in the first half, at least, to open the scoring. No goals as yet, as we said. Who's going to get that opening goal of the tournament?
And Belgium will have two objectives, I'd feel, in this phase, is to, obviously they'd want to get something from this extra man, but more than that, they'll want to tire Australia, make them really pay for having one man less. If they can get hold of the ball, move it laterally as many times as possible, make the Australians shuttle, then they'll tire and they'll pay for it later.
Just sniggering to myself there. Umpire almost cleaned himself up in that last play. Managed to keep his footing well, though, the Dutch umpire. And twinkle toes, they should start calling him.
He did very well to get out of the way. He was backing away very quickly. But the game now is so fast and the directions change so quickly. The umpires really have to be physically able to cope with this since the rules have changed with the self-pass and all those things. The game's increased in pace significantly.
Yeah, to that end, everyone has to be on their toes, don't they? Even as far as the TV side of things goes, cameramen having to be faster than ever to keep a track of that ball, which travels around. As you can see, Australia zipping it about now at 1,000,000 miles an hour, or maybe not quite 1,000,000.
Maybe not quite that, but certainly the pace does increase, and with the technology coming into hockey a little bit like it does in golf. So you're looking at high-quality carbon fibre from the aeronautical industry. The power that the sticks can create, the ball speeds because of that, just continue to increase. I'm pretty glad I'm not a goalkeeper anymore at this level. It just must hurt.
Yeah, we've seen most of the teams training so far, and yeah, really getting some fizz behind their shots on target. Belgium looking to open their account here. Coming close with that route one ball. They really look to be pushing that and looking to get deflections just in and around the D to put the Australian defence under a bit of pressure. Australia, remember, still down to 10 players. There was a look back at that chance, which was a half chance really that fell to Boone. Phase of possession then for Belgium. First time ball again to the midfield. Cover back from Dubbers to regain it for Australia. Lovely long ball too, finds Ford.
If I was Lowndes at the moment, I would be questioning the defensive lines of the players. Australia are able to play those balls, and I know they're being fired hard, but there's no excuse for getting your lines wrong if you're front marking your opposite number, not from that range. And the Australians have had 4 or 5 balls in this first 25 minutes that have got behind the Belgian defence relatively easily.
Yeah, they've certainly created the better of the chances in this game so far, Australia. bottom left-hand side of your screen. A few stats coming your way. See there, as far as circle penetrations go, honours even, 4 apiece at the moment. Belgium coming forward again this time. Yep, no way out. Brewers with the most recent of the chances there to get in to the Australian D. An aerial ball, this time from the back from number 14, Nick Budgeon. Composure there from Larpart. There's a danger that that ball could hit the post and the ball stay alive and in play. No such fortune for Belgium this time round.
Yeah, Briels on the left-hand side for Belgium, who was looking just expectantly as if it did hit the post and come back into play. He was certainly ready for it.
Felix Denayer with the restart for Belgium. And the back hard from Dumont. Australia sitting back on the halfway press again at the moment.
And if Belgium really want to get into this game, then Denayer needs to get busier. They do rely on him bursting through the midfield.
There's a look at a few members of the Belgian side who are just hanging out behind the D, and behind the dugout, I should say. Inside the final 10 minutes of the first half. Still Australia 0, Belgium 0. Budgeon there. Australian. Look at him. Zaluski trying to find a way through. Ball falls nicely for Orchard, who is just holding on to possession here. Not too many options for him. Hopes to leave it for Devon, and now Carroll. Orchard again with a quick retake, and needed that outstretched save from the Belgian defence. Again, it was Larpart who was at full stretch.
Larpart, that's got to be the 5th or 6th time he's intercepted things in his circle as the last defender. Really well, that diving interception there, but fortunate there wasn't a secondary Australian player, because the ball was still loose in the circle off his stick.
Belgium and Australia in a pool with the Netherlands and Argentina. They're the 4 teams that make up Pool B. Potential games against the likes of Germany, New Zealand, England and India from Pool A to come later in the tournament. And of course, for the quarterfinals, which all 8 teams will make, that's when it's the knockout stage of the tournament. So quite feasible that you could lose your first game, you could in fact lose all 3 of your games, win that quarterfinal and still make it through to the semis.
Yeah, that's right, Mike, and therefore you could well see some different strategies being practiced in these early pool games, teams trying to see what gives them the best outcomes. What a pick from Briels behind his back.
And it sets up this 3-on-1 here now. Surely Belgium a chance to go ahead. Pulled onto the strong side and cut back across the face of goal there from Denayer. Not sure it was the right option. They had 3 players against the last remaining Australian defender and their goalkeeper Lovell.
Yeah, Denayer, wrong choice. As he came to the head of the circle, the ball he needed to dummy to his right, slide it under his arm. Briels' pick here in the middle of the pitch was delightful. Denayer, as he drives, needed to square his hips and go at the last window. That was when the pass should have been given. His touch in the end too late.
To be fair to Australia, there was some good cover defence being done there, some good hard work in the midfield to make sure that ball under his shoulder wasn't the favoured choice and forced the shot. Then the Australian captain, aerial ball forward. This trap from Orchard, but almost falls to Turner there. And again, it's Larpart who keeps his composure, wins the ball. Lovely pace on that down the right-hand side. And Belgium keep it alive. It'll be a long corner.
Only just, it was a flail from Bone as he got the ball from Doman, kept it in play, but it was that beautiful raking slap pass down the right hand side that set up the whole thing. Players able to just get so low and generate a slingshot style of pass, can play it left or right from the same movement, lots of disguise.
And something the Belgians have been working on hard as well in training was their technique. A chance now to slap one in towards the D, and this time a mistrap from Charlier. Cedric Charlier there in the D, unable to get it under control. This game finished 2-2 when the sides met in round 3. Now a mistrap on the other side of the pitch, and this time for Carl Brown. Belgium with a chance then before the end of the first half. Still no goals in this first half.
No real clear-cut chances, neither goalkeeper having to do that much, no corners to have to defend so far. Whilst there's been some circle penetrations, nothing that either team will really put down as missed chance other than that very early one for the Australians.
Lovely 1-2s and that combination down the left, and talking of no corners, there's our first.
Commentators curse, there we go, we haven't seen any, and now we see our first.
And it was well earned by the Australians. Devon and Orchard teaming up there. Much to Tim Devon's delight, just bobble onto the foot there of the Belgian defender. And we have our first penalty corner of the game, our first of the tournament. So let's see how they line up. Belgium with 4 defenders and the goalkeeper will put on their safety kit. 45 seconds to get that all on. Ford goes to the injection spot. Presumably Australia will just want to get this first shot on target. Ideally, they'd like to get it in the goal. Australia to open the scoring, and they do! Australia lead. A well-taken penalty corner from the head of the D, low into the keeper's right, and Kieran Govers puts Australia ahead. It's Australia 1, Belgium 0.
Really powerful flick from Govers. The injection was absolutely on the money. Great trap. Look at the length of the pickup. Good 2 meters off the end of his stick. Generates the levers, drills it past FIH into that bottom right-hand corner.
Well, that should settle a few nerves for Australia. Scoring on 33 minutes. Kieran Govers, there he is. With those familiar tattoos down that left arm of his. This one's fallen to Bone, though, to get an equaliser, and Belgium straight back in it. This time, it's that man, Tom Bone. So, Australia 1, Belgium 1. What a response.
Immediate, and we look, the ball gets drilled across. There's actually a defensive miss. Bone does really well to just shield the ball. However, the goalkeeping is not great. If we look at Lovell's position, his hips dropped, knees came apart. Very difficult to get the feet together, and the ball drilled down the middle.
So 2 goals inside the same minute. Always the way, isn't it? That's when you're always slightly on edge. Once you've scored, you've gone ahead, you think that would settle the nerves, but then always on the back foot as well, it seems.
Every sport you talk about, beginning of the game, end of the game, when mentally teams aren't quite there, or before, just once a goal's been scored, either to concede another because the heads are down, or to go up the other end because your opposition relaxes. It's so well documented, and yet it continues time after time.
As one side got something extra left in the tank then before half-time. Final minute of play inside the first half. It's going to finish with a card, a green this time for Belgium, so they'll go down to 10 players. It looks like Sedelier, the Belgian number 23. So at least 2 minutes in the sin bin means he'll finish. Australia coming close there to getting one just before half-time. Good save this time from FIH.
A superb snapshot from Zalewski. Ball's bobbled in. Belgium gave away possession at centre midfield. First time pass into the circle. Zalewski picked it and drilled it brilliantly.
Final chance then for Australia before the half. And they've got a penalty corner from it. Belgium looking a little bit confused by that decision, so can use their video referral. Let's see what they're saying.
It's been given for the foot. Belgians were suggesting that the ball was lifted and was going wide, which is why they're saying it's dangerous, but they're not going to waste their video referral.
Well, there was the hooter for half-time. Here's why the penalty corner came about. We'll see it from behind the goal. And there was the foot there, just in front of Turner. So the penalty corner will play out. It's the second of the game for Australia. They scored from their first through Kieran Gubbers on 33 minutes. Can they make it 2-1 before half-time? Sadalier, there's confirmation of his green card. He'll finish the first half in the sin bin and start the second half in the sin bin. 2 minutes suspension, a green card. Australia with all 10 players up around the D. Just the goalkeeper, Lovell, who's back. Just to make it 2-1 before half-time then. Double Castle at the head of the D. Bobley stop this time. Can they keep it alive? It falls to Carroll. Looks for far post, tip in. Came off a hand, not a foot. Play waved on. And eventually over the baseline. And that'll be the end of the first half action. So a high-paced first half. And there's some banter going on there between Mark Knowles, the Australian captain, and Roel van Aert. That'll go on into the changing rooms. But both sides level on goals as far as things go, going in at half-time. So Australia, who scored on 33 minutes through Kieran Gubbers, only to see Belgium equalise through Tom Bone in exactly the same minute, go in on as even at half-time. It's Australia 1, Belgium 1. Welcome back to the first game of the Hero World League finals. It's half-time here between Australia and Belgium. Australia 1, Belgium 1. Australia taking the lead from a penalty corner from Kieran Govers before Tom Bone equalised in the very same minute for Belgium. So let's have a look back on some of those highlights from the first half. Both sides starting hard and fast, creating chances at both ends. Belgium easily could have gone ahead there inside the first 5-10 minutes of this game, and an equally good chance here for them when they broke through Felix Denea. It was Australia, though, that broke the deadlock with this straight strike from Kieran Govers, who, as we said, opened on 33 minutes. Here's another look at it from behind the goal, low and to the keeper's right, making it extremely difficult. This was Belgium's response, a missed trap there at the head of the D, which set up that shooting opportunity for Tom Bone to equalise also in the 33rd minute. So Belgium battling and battling hard to keep scores level at half-time. Here then is a full look at the match stats from the first half. 1 goal apiece, more shots for Australia, 6-3 in their favour, and honours even pretty much as far as circle penetrations go. 9 for Australia, 8 for Belgium, and Australia have had 2 penalty corners, scoring from one of those opportunities. So a load more Indian support drifting in for the last game of the evening, which will be England versus India at 8 p.m. local time. If you want to get any of the behind-the-scenes photos or videos, facebook.com/FI Hockey. And if you're a fan of Twitter, then follow us at FIH_hockey, and you can hashtag any of your tweets, hashtag HHWL. India, as I said, in action against India then. England-India, the last game of the day, 8 o'clock. Ahead of that, Germany versus New Zealand, 6 o'clock local time. And the Netherlands have a game against Argentina right after this with a 4 p.m. pushback. I can see Mark Lammers down there pitch side, and we should be able to have a chat with him. Alongside him, Tobias Sen.
Yes, thanks. I'm with Mark Lammers. An interesting first half. Both teams took a little bit of time to settle in, but towards the end, finding some rhythm.
Yeah, it's an exciting game. Australia is playing really good, but we are also playing very good. And so I hopefully we get a nice second half, and we will see.
Quick word on the conditions. It's a little cool without being cold. It's a little foggy without being very, very foggy. How does that affect the teams?
Oh, it doesn't affect. They also have the problem with this. So it doesn't matter. We're playing, and we see a nice game with open hockey, a lot of chances. And hopefully the second half will continue like this.
Any one key word that you've given for the team for the second half?
Yeah, of course, we have to keep the ball more in positioning. Don't lose the ball too easy, because Australia has a really good counter-attack. So we try to keep the ball more on the forehand and try to pass from forehand to forehand. So don't lose the ball so quick.
Thanks, Mark. Have a good second half.
Thank you.
Thanks to Brian. Pitch side for us there, and interesting to hear what Mark Lammers had to say there. Simon Mason alongside me here in the commentary box. Your thoughts just on what he had to say there about that attitude that Belgium have to take in this second half if they're going to take control of the game.
Well, I completely agree with Mark. It was all about that holding the ball, particularly their own defensive back third. When they gave the ball away, the Australians really counter-attacked very effectively, particularly in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Their best chances coming when Belgium turned the ball over. So Mark's absolutely right. They have to focus. They have to keep good possession in their defensive third and get the ball out cleanly.
And as he touched upon there, a very open game in the first half. Both sides creating plenty of chances, and 2 goals in the game so far. Looks like a substitution there as well, a goalkeeping substitution for Australia. Tyler Lovell, who played the first half and conceded just 1 goal, makes way for George Baisley, who lines up in the goal for the second half for Australia. The Kookaburra on the ball, and the Kookaburra's set and ready to go in this second half, as are we. So Belgium playing from left to right will have the pushback in the second half. Australia defending the goal away to our right-hand side. Just some final structural checks from the Belgian goalkeeper Van Asch. And it's Belgium then to start us off in the second half. A long aerial ball doesn't find Dinea. There's the scoreline after one half of hockey. Australia 1, Belgium 1. Kieran Govers putting Australia ahead on 33 minutes before Tom Bone equalised in open play in exactly the same minute. So end-to-end stuff in the first half. Will we see a similar sort of pace adopted in this second half? In the commentary box, myself, Michael Apsley, Simon Mason alongside me. We've seen a goalkeeping change there for Australia, Mace. Is that just a plain rotation thing or something else that you might have spotted?
I think it'll just be a plain rotation all the way through that first half. We saw that Baisley was just juggling a ball around, keeping on his toes. Tough for a keeper to come in at the start of the second half. You don't get a great warm-up. He's had to keep his real focus in order to come in for this second period.
Worth just mentioning as well that Belgium have started this second half with 10 players on the pitch. Sedalier, the Belgian number 23, getting a green card at the end of that first half, but he should be back on the pitch shortly. Just a 2-minute suspension to serve, so Belgium should be back up to full numbers in just a couple of seconds' time.
Ockenden using his physical size to try and burst through the midfield.
Strong defence there that time from Boccard for Belgium, not allowing a route through for Zalewski. Now Belgium counter-attack. And their skipper plays the ball back, and round they come again through Boccard. First touch not the greatest. Covers with the restart. Here is Ockenden now. Zalewski. And it's Govers. So them pairing up again. Now the ball goes a little bit wider to Turner. Takes it round. The defender gets the shot on target. Or just off target, I should say. Well, it might have taken a goalkeeping deflection, but the umpire signalling a free hit and a free restart. So that one going into the sideboards.
What a brilliant pick-up from Turner. The ball was smashed into the circle so hard. Clean pick on his reverse stick, and then managing to just tap it, get a little bit of lift. But Belgium giving it away again. Australia not able to capitalise, though.
Turner now, again with the ball. 3 Belgian defenders to beat. Tees up Govers for that shot, which goes over the bar this time. Australia getting close. Here's another look at it.
Turner at the heart of it again, picks up, gets his eyes. He knows exactly where Govers is. That little bouncing ball to start with over the stick.
Well, there's that far post option there as well, as Zalewski was diving in far post. Govers comes off, forward on for Australia. The sides in this tournament will just maybe take a game or two to find their rhythm. Next, the Germans have been playing their indoor season. Just trying to acclimatise back to the outdoor game. Here is Ford now in the midfield. Tice with the ball forward. Deven lets that one run. And the restart will be played from the 16-yard line.
Even if Bone had got that ball from Tice, he wasn't going anywhere. He was running away from goal with his back to goal. All the coaches will want their forwards to be picking the ball up with their feet pointing in the direction they want to go, so they can accelerate out towards that goal mouth. If a player rolls back into midfield and picks it up, all he can really do is collect it and drop it back to his teammates.
That's an absolute peach of a ball cross field. It comes in, and Turner there with a chance for the deflection, goal bound, but it goes under his stick. Another missed opportunity.
This is a massive miss. It was a great overhead. The ball fired in dead flat. How has he missed that? I really don't know.
Almost looked like it took a bobble just in front of him. I'm trying to make an excuse for him.
It's about as flat as it gets in most situations. He'll be disappointed to have not got it. It had to be the slightest of contact to get that goal bound.
Great turn. Fantastic skills. It's just the footwork there from Wetton that gave him a little bit of extra space and Now Australia again come through the midfield. This is Ockenden keeping possession, just stretches those long legs of his now to Turner. Pulled out from defence by Guignard.
Guignard carrying on a long run out of shot up that right-hand side, dragging the defence away to create some space for the midfield. Denayer deciding there's nowhere to go, holding possession, moving it through different attacking channels.
Briels now on the overlapping run was Van Obel, but Australia come away with it. 3 in attack. Ford opting to go himself. Turner's in there in the middle, but he had 2 Belgian defenders to try and beat. Gets a long corner, that's the best he could do. The Belgian ball on this near touchline. One thing that you do notice here, not so much on the shots that you're seeing, is the work rate all over the pitch from both these sides, getting players behind the ball, making sure that they block the straight avenue through to goal. And Australia pressing high again here. Ford just looking to press it in with Wilson up front alongside him.
I agree with you completely, Mike, in terms of the work rate, and often it's the disengaged players, the discipline of the individuals when they're 30 or 40 metres away from the ball to make sure they are doing that defensive work, because play can switch so very quickly. If you haven't done that first 2 or 3 metres of running at the right time, suddenly you find yourself in all sorts of trouble as the ball shifts attacking channel.
A bobbly one there for the defence to deal with, but just palmed across the baseline by Leipert. That one's slightly more fierce and at head height, so blown up for that cross in.
Leipert, one of the Belgian corner aficionados, him and Tom Bone, well known for being on a double castle at the top of the circle. He'll hope he gets a couple of opportunities in offence as well as the fantastic defence he's been doing so far.
No penalty corners as yet for Belgium in this game as things stand. 2 for Australia, scoring from one of those. Kieran Govers putting Australia ahead on 33 minutes before Tom Bone equalised in the same minute for Belgium. So on as even with just over 27 minutes left to play in this second half. Australia 1, Belgium 1.
Yeah, that's a green card that we've seen out of shot for the tackle in the middle of the pitch. Umpire Van Aert deciding that the stick tackle was a little bit too aggressive.
So green card, just 2 minutes in the sin bin. Does give advantage to the team in gold and green though. There is confirmation of Bocard's green card. So 2 minutes for him in the sin bin. Australia up to full numbers. That one was lifted in again. But can Australia take advantage of that extra man on the pitch? There's the opportunity to push high if they want to. Ford goes high. Again alongside him, Wilson. Couldn't ask for much more from the Belgian defence.
Briels knew that was his last run. Out of shot, he's come off the pitch. He knew he could afford to chase that overhead ball just in case it checked. What a pickup.
Unbelievable from Orchard. Onto the baseline now, driven forward by Wilson and kept out. Good teamwork from Australia there, that build-up play, that passage of play. Deven now drives forward, again route one ball, takes a little deflection, it'll be a long corner, came off a Belgian stick just outside the 25. And a follow-up long corner will be taken this time by Simon Orchard, as and when we get a ball back.
Belgium just need to be careful as that ball's carried through the midfield. There's too much time for the back line of the Australians to step forward and drive balls into the D like this.
There's another example of it, swept off the feet by Van Stridonk that time. Belgium back up to full strength after that green card suspension. So it's 11 against 11 again. Kept in play, and the shot, good save. And a double save this time from the goalkeeper, Vanash. Had to be at his very best there.
That's fantastic goalkeeping. And the second save with the left knee was good, but bread and butter for an international keeper. But the first save off the snap shot was just outstanding. Really good reactions and awareness.
Free hit now for Australia. Oh no, I think he's gone down there. Let's have another look back at the chance in the meantime.
That's just the snap shot, fantastic from the pull back on the baseline and then left inside of the leg guard to play the ball away.
Second one for me was a good save just because he didn't have to move too much, but it was the power and the pace that came in on the shot. But Vanash dealing with it with that left kicker. We're just waiting here for Felix Denayer to get back to his feet. Let's see if we can see here what happened. Did he just crack one on the shins? Just that bit, just between the shin guard and the shoe, that's not necessarily got that much padding there to protect them.
Absolutely, that's probably on the little ankle cup of his shin guard inside his left foot. Really painful to do, but look at the strength of these guys to just get pretty much straight back up to take part again. I think that we just credited a goalkeeper with full kit for saving a hit shot. He just put his foot in the way and got back up again.
And now he's really stretching his legs. He's taking a lead run there, is Felix Denayer. Unfortunately, his teammate losing possession, and Australia coming away with it now inside the attacking half. They've got numbers over, 2 in the D for Australia. This is Ford. There was a little elbow there from Ford on his opposite number, and then I think a little foot as well. There's the Dutch who have just rocked up. They're up next. Their game against Argentina starts at 4 p.m. local time. Ford in and around the back. Chance here for Australia along the baseline. Lays it up, and that was going goal bound. It'll be a penalty corner. Lappart, I think, is going to ask for a video referral here. Does he think this was high? Let's find out.
Depends who's asking for the video, so this depends if it's the umpire's interpretation that it's dangerous. So it's not just about the height, it's about the danger.
So we'll stop the clock.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Jerry, do you hear me?
Yeah, Kim, go ahead, mate.
The Belgium player is in the foot, and Belgium player is a high ball. I think he do high ball.
Interesting, this one, because the shot was on target.
Yeah.
Can you confirm that I'm looking for a dangerous play in the circle against the defender?
Yes. All right.
So the video umpire will now have a look at that. Gary Simmons, the AR video umpire from South Africa. Here's another look at it. Your take on it, Mace.
Yeah, the ball comes into the circle. There's a mistake there. Ford carries the ball beautifully outside his left foot to pull it across. Gets bobbled across, and here, that's what the question is. Is that shot dangerous? So where Wilson plays it towards goal, from this position here,
yeah, hard to
is
tell
it too high? From
angles.
that height camera, this might tell us better. Now, that's inside of the thigh from very close.
Just make sure there wasn't a touch of the stick on the way up.
Yeah, I think the umpire will classify that potentially as dangerous, but we shall see.
See, my point is that's going goal bound. That's going towards the goal.
But the player hasn't moved into the path of the ball. He's stood stationary a metre away from the shot.
Well, we'll see what the opinion of Gary Simmons is. Hong Lei Kim, the Korean goalkeeper, to the left. Sorry, the umpire to the left there.
Kim, I have a decision for you.
Is There's
no reason for you to change your decision.
Okay, yeah.
And Belgium lose their referral.
So Belgium will lose their referral.
Yeah, no.
Australia get their third penalty corner of the game. No reason for umpire Kim to change his decision, so Gary Simmons agreeing with that, and Australia getting their third penalty corner of the game.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So Belgium lose their referral. Let's see how penalty corner number 3 turns out. They scored from their first through Kieran Govers. Govers again at the head of the D. Mark Knowles alongside him.
Knowles well known for his hit, one of the few international sides that have got a class hitter.
Who's it going to be then? Looks like it's going to be Govers, and this time flicks to the keeper's left-hand side, opposite corner from last time. Same result though, and Australia take the lead for the second time in this game. It's Australia 2, Belgium 1.
And that's gone straight through the #1 runner, which is why Bone on the line can't see the ball at all. Tice has got fairly close to it, but it's gone straight through his feet into the bottom left-hand corner for the goalie.
A second goal then for Kieran Govers. This time his second comes on 48 minutes, and Australia back out in front. Aerial ball, Deven had to take that down. There was danger lurking behind. Really important defensive tackle that in the air.
Well, going back to that corner, Mike, it's one of those really difficult things for a postman, because all international sides now, their #1 runner runs a really tight line to protect a certain area of the goal. But it does mean that if that player doesn't intercept the ball or get a touch on it, it's almost impossible for either the lineman or the keeper to see it as it comes through.
Just a little foot in there, which the umpire spots, just clipped Dokie's foot. Australia with a quick restart and can't do anything there. There is Kieran Govers, 2 goals in the first game of the tournament for him. 2 very important goals too, because Australia lead here now against Belgium by 2 goals to 1. Here's another look back at that penalty corner.
Look at the whip, the ball speed generated off that slingshot pass.
Nothing the Belgian defence could do about it. The #1 runner got close. As you say, just obstructing the goalkeeper, if anything, does make it a lot harder for the goalkeepers to pick. Whippy, risky action from Kieran Govers, giving his side the lead. There's a look too at some of the other stats from the game so far. Belgium with a chance of their own up the other end, and just like last time when Australia took the lead, Belgium equalised in the same minute. They've come close there, this time with Kirsters with the shot, but a comfortable save in the end off the glove from George Baisley.
But it had to be. Kirsters didn't hit it clean and it bobbled across towards the far post, but if Baisley hadn't got his stick onto it, Briels was following up on that left-hand side, could easily have just tapped that into an empty net.
Belgium then on a hunt for the equaliser. Plenty of time to get it as well. Just over 20 minutes left of play in the second half. Australia in no rush here to get the restart underway. This is White.
What a lovely bit of skill from Thierry. Knew exactly where his opposite number was, tucked it between his feet to drive into space.
Yep, fancy stuff there from Dorian Thierry. Aerial ball from him now for his teammate. Advantage goes there to the defender, who was Knowles, who was underneath it, and Belgium had to be 5 metres from that. Good footwork again there too from De Jong. Options here have Belgium got going forward. Here's Thierry again on the overlap. Just lays it back this time to Guignard. Thierry again. Here's the shot off the back foot. Save again from Baisley. This time it will be a penalty corner. The first of the game for Belgium, or will it be? Are Australia going for a TV referral? Maybe a video referral here?
He's coming up from the goalkeeper, so that's the corner.
Mike, what's also happened out of shot is Zalewski's picked up a green card for the tackle. For the tackle as they came through there on Thierry. Thierry picks it up beautifully here and lays it in. This snapshot up in the air comes off Baisley. The argument I think that there was that it then comes back up off the Belgian player into his teammate. So it's lifted into Briels.
Okay, guys.
Into Guignard, sorry, off Briels.
Well, that initial break was electric from Belgium. It set up this chance, and also within all of that, a green card too for Aaron Zalewski. So penalty corner #1 of the game for Belgium. Let's have a look at it. It's a straight flick, and the keeper down low to it, and the follow-up shot goes wide from Dokier. The initial shot on target, and Baisley having to get low down and smother the threat.
Yeah, rather than stay on his feet, the shot from Leupart goes pretty much down the middle of the goal. So rather than staying on his feet, he's ready to dive in either direction. Gets his bottom leg down and flat. Just gets the rebound back out the middle of the circle, and Belgium unable to capitalise on the secondary shot.
Lovely spin from Thierry. Doman now plays out the wall to Dokier. Crossfield opens up the left-hand channel. Guignard now into Thierry. Will he get the shot off? Well, Belgium flowing forward, a sea of red, and chances coming thick and fast for the Red Lions. Into the D again. This time bobbles in front of the keeper. An equaliser, is it? No. Yes, it is.
Yes,
it's
it is.
In. Well, there were bodies all over the shot, and it bounced back out of the goal, which is why there was some hesitation there. But Belgium do get that equaliser. It was coming, wasn't it? And here's how it came about.
Yeah, and it's bobbled horribly across. It's Briels in the end who touches it in behind Baisley, but it's a mess in front of him. Should have been picked early. In the end, the finish was pretty straightforward.
Well, yeah, there, the final touch going in from Thomas Briels. Belgium have their equaliser. It's Australia 2, Belgium 2.
And they deserve that, if only for the beautiful passage of play before that chance actually arose. Down the middle of the pitch, Guinard's pick and turn. Ball fed into the circle. Really deserved an outcome.
And the game just starting to look a little bit stretched now as well, which is giving both sides the opportunity to counter-attack. It's Belgium that look the stronger of the two sides during this passage of play, and it's now Doman again that comes forward. Deflection chance here. Belgium keep it in play, and it needed a defensive touch to take it across the baseline.
Now that's the sort of stuff you see from international sides as they start to flow, work together, real great linkage. What a touch, great layoff as the ball comes through the midfield. Briel's firing it in, looking for the tip-in in front of Baisley. But Baisley, I think, got a knee or a hit in his chest.
Also probably just taking his time here as well, because that's been relentless for the last 5 minutes or so from Belgium. Coming forward like a sea of red ants. Clock just short of 17 minutes.
Okay.
And these two sides deadlocked again, 2-2. That's exactly how it finished in Rotterdam back in the summer, when both sides faced each other in round 3. Both qualified here to the finals of this Hockey World League in its first year. Does one of these teams have what it takes to get their name on the trophy in its inaugural year? Turner breaks for Australia. Ockenden now with the ball forward inside the D. Need to get some sort of outcome here. Final touch was an Australian touch, as Turner looked to link up there with his teammate.
Yeah, the playback from Wetton was superb, but Turner was sprinting flat out forwards. Ball right in the middle of his stick as he tried to pick it, but because of his forwards momentum, just knocking it off the baseline past Wetton.
The casual bring down there from Joel Carroll at the back. Australia rotating. Belgium putting on quite a press and putting Australia under pressure here. Foul there on Zalewski. He's back on after his green card. Great skill from Australia. And it was just the sheer awareness of taking that free hit quickly that set up that last chance.
A real flow on that as they came forwards and threw men, committed men to the play. But now Belgium have started to commit men. Bone on the ball.
Here is Bone now. Good physical challenge from Carroll to stop his initial run. Broke him down in his tracks. Bone will come at him again though. This time lays off the ball for Dokier. Another loose one that Orchard thinks about playing.
Both players very clever as that ball rolled free, because either Denea or could have made a challenge to try and get it panicked a little bit, but neither player doing so.
That's 1-2, plays in Rusty Ford. Australia still with a bit of work to do here. That's the best outcome possible from Jason Wilson. Gets the free hit just outside the 25. But Belgium with numbers back. Wilson again. Reverse stick cross this time with the tomahawk. And off eventually for a sideline.
Yeah, Van Strooydonk having to go to the air. Usually looking up just to clear the ball. It was drilled in on the on the tomahawk on the backhand. Very hard skill to keep flat, because the blade of the stick's so narrow. When you go to the backhand, it's dead easy to get underneath the ball and lift it.
Tackle back from Budgeon there to win possession back for Australia. Beale, Govers and De Jong all waiting in the wings to come on. Ball forward in the meantime finds Ockenden. To the D again, bobbles nicely. There's the shot, and needed the outstretched left foot there of the Belgian goalkeeper Van Asch to keep it out.
Great opportunity, and that's the sort of bobbling ball that a player can really get their stick through. That actually wasn't as clean a connection as might have been desired. Goalkeeper Van Asch able to stretch out with that big left foot.
It was Beale with the shot, his first touch, having just come on from the substitutes bench. There's another look at it, but again at full stretch. Van Asch dealing with it. Scores stay level. Still Australia 2, Belgium 2.
Yeah, difficult to get the power on that shot actually from the replay, because the first touch of the ball, it didn't quite sit up in front of the player, came back into his feet, so he had to get his hands through it, open his wrists up to get the ball to go across goal. You lose power if that's what you do.
Falls nicely for Australia. Here's Turner. Drives the baseline, pulls it back.
Nothing.
He was looking for Wilson, but as you heard there from the umpire, nothing there. Looking for a foot in the process as well. Belgium again then on the counter-attack.
Oh, disappointed from Van Oorbel. Guignard's done really well to turn out of that left channel and look for his teammate. The ball across just took a little skip, and Van Oorbel unable to do anything.
Maybe Ford can do something here for Australia. Can he get them ahead in this game for the third time in a row? No, he can't. So just under 12 minutes left to play. Belgium with the route one ball in again as they can. It was fired in from outside the 25. Again, important bring down there from Sadalier. Here's a look at some of the stats from the game so far. Australia still just dominating the possession. There, the circle penetration shows you how end-to-end this game's been. Australia 19-12 up, but they're more importantly 14-8 in their favour as far as shots go. As far as goals go, it's still 2-2. Both sides looking for their first win of this tournament. Remember, this the first of 24 games in these men's finals. Australia here again with another chance to go ahead. Penalty corner.
Yeah, that's an easy decision for Kim. The ball's played into the circle, and the advancing Belgian defender, as he's tried to clear it, has come up in the air pretty quickly, pretty aggressively.
Well, here's another look at it from this angle, from behind the goalkeeper. Yeah, there it goes, up off the defender's stick and towards the head of the oncoming attacker. So it's penalty corner number 4 of the game for Australia. Nick Budgeon just looks like he's coming over with a message from the bench from Rick Charlesworth. We've seen Govers score twice from the head of the D. One low to the keeper's left, one low to the keeper's right. Where will he go this time? And will the #1 Belgian runner get to it in time? We'll find out in the next few seconds. This play, an important play for both sides. Australia looking to go ahead for the 3rd time in this game. It's Govers again, keeps it low, and kept out, right on the line.
Yeah, difficult to tell if that was Van Asch or Van Strooydonk because they both went down to the right-hand side. Govers didn't quite get hold of it.
I was going to say Van someone. We'll confirm that in the replay in just a couple of moments' time after this play.
Didn't seem to have the same pace on it as the first two that he flicked for goals. Possibly accelerated the ball slightly too fast. If your initial acceleration is too quick, the ball comes off the stick.
Well, there was a look at Govers. Here was a look at his low flick. And just back to a chance here. Australia, do they want to use their video referral yet? Yes, they do. Timeout called. And we'll see what the question is from Ford.
Too long, low dangerous. Long.
Off the keeper?
Yes.
Contest?
Yes. For me, it's okay. Okay. Yeah. Jerry? Do you hear me?
Yes, Kim.
Yeah. In my opinion, if goalkeeper touch the ball, very long pace and no dangerous. And Australia people and dangerous. Check please.
Can we confirm that Australia are asking for a dangerous ball in the circle, hence a penalty corner?
Yes. Yeah.
So their confirmation from Gary Simmons, just relaying through Roel van Aert and Honglei Kim. Was this dangerous? Back off the keeper, that's what they want to know. There was the shot, came back up.
Difficult to tell from that replay, however, because umpire Kim has said, in his opinion, it comes a long way out. There is no danger. The danger's created by the players jumping, really. It would have gone over their heads if they'd left it. And umpire Kim saying that in his opinion, it was too long. The players didn't need to do that.
Well, it's a metre and a half or so inside the D. I know he's up in the air, but you think that one was going over his head? Let's see what the video umpire thinks. Australia are set, ready for a follow-up penalty corner.
Both players jumped at that. Would it have gone over their heads if they'd been in normal playing position? So did they create the danger by jumping?
Again, another one of those tough ones which comes down to opinion.
I got the last one wrong, but I'm going for a 16 on this one. I'm going for not dangerous.
Well, I'll play devil's advocate and say... Yeah, I get your point, though. You see all there from the slow motion replays, the jump in. I just think just from where it was as well, a good metre and a half or so inside the D, it still would have been at head height at the edge of the D.
Yep, would have done on the way down. It's a fair point.
Kim, I have a decision for you.
Yes.
Your interpretation stands. There was no danger, in my opinion. Hence a bully.
No, yeah, they're on the sideline then,
Yeah, Australia lose their referral.
So Australia lose their referral as well. It's going to be a bully outside the D. And again, one of those that just comes down to opinion. And in the opinion of the umpire, it was going, like you said, above the attacker and the defender's head and wouldn't have been dangerous had they not jumped up and into the ball.
Absolutely right, and that's just one of those things where the umpire's on the spot. He has the authority on the pitch to make these decisions, has the support of the video umpire to just review it, and therefore in the end the decision stood.
Well, Australia aren't done yet here. Inside the final 10 minutes of play now. Both sides have lost their video referral, so no more of those to look forward to in the game, thank goodness. Australia just putting a little bit of extra pressure on here as well in the final few minutes of this game. Australia again coming close, again the wrong side of the goal. So both sides have just slowed down a little bit in tempo in the last few minutes. Australia looking to pinch it back. It was Jake Wetton there who was putting on the pressure. And Stridonk then. Still plenty of hockey to look forward to on day one. Netherlands versus Argentina is the next game of the day, with Germany versus New Zealand and India, the hosts, in action against England in day one of the Hero Hockey World League finals.
That was a crucial touch in midfield from Jean-Jean Doman. It was a beautiful reverse stick pass from Knowles, saw his teammate.
Here's a chance, Wetton off the back foot, good save in the air this time from Van Asch. Again, Australia drive forward. The whistle had gone. Whistle had gone. So, all going on out there. Let's try and break it down for you. The whistle had already gone before that shot hit the back of the net, and Belgium have gone straight up the other end and got themselves a penalty corner, their second of the game, and a chance to go ahead for the first time in this game.
End to end, Australia unhappy about the original decision in the attacking circle that denied them a goal. Belgium, Guignard playing the ball long up into the Australian D, and is a soft corner to give away the heel of the running defender.
Just behind him there, isn't it?
Okay, guys.
Yeah. Off the shaft of the stick, the grip of the stick, bobbles up and just takes the heel of his teammate.
Guys. 5.
Okay then, well, the two people you don't want at the head of the D, Leipart and Tom Bone. Australia running a 3-1 out this to force the shot on goal. Can they deny Belgium, or will Belgium go ahead? There's the flick! Just scrambled away on the baseline by the Australian defence.
If that's a lineman save, that is exceptional behind Baisley.
Bone again drives forward and again gets a penalty corner. So Belgium finishing the stronger of the two sides. We're almost inside the final 5 minutes now, and some concern there now for Rick Charlesworth's side as Tom Bone earns the free hit there, or I should say the penalty corner there, just putting it onto the foot. And it's the third one of the game for Belgium.
Well, even if he hadn't put it on the foot, but going back to the replay here, down to the goalkeeper's right. That's a great save, actually. I didn't credit Baisley with it. And then the scramble save from Govers on the line, clearing the ball away.
Good teamwork from the two of them, but still some more work to be done here for the Australian defence. Currently Australia 2, Belgium 2. Bone and Leipart line up again. This time it's going to be Bone with the flick. Saved again, and the follow-up goes wide. Surely must have come off the goalkeeper, did it? Should be a long corner, this.
Absolutely right. Baisley doing really well to get down. Bone's flick not as good this time, a little bit more central. Baisley able to just block it with his body and then stay in the way to deny Denea's rebound.
On the far end to this second half, as you'd expect, these two sides who finished 2-2 in Rotterdam earlier in the year. This one's not going to go to a shootout. Belgium beating Australia in the shootout last time around to become the winners. Even now under a bit of pressure, brings it out of his own 25. Australia not done yet here. That little mistrap there from Wetton.
Russell Ford thinking for a moment that he could just put the last minute of legwork in to try and get that, but it was just slightly out of his reach, a little bit too quick.
It's bound to be at least one more chance in this game for one of these sides. Will they take it though, and will someone spoil the party? 3 points up for grabs in the first game of the tournament.
Well, Belgium certainly seem keener to do so, pushing forward with numbers. Tice getting involved through the midfield, Charlier being forced away into the attacking circle. Lammers looking a little concerned though.
Yeah, tense time for the coaches watching on here.
Well, the danger is for from a coaching perspective is that their charge, their players get too involved in the moment. They get too passionate, they run a little bit, they overrun the ball, and the structure suffers, creating spaces defensively that can be exploited.
Here come Belgium now, looking to exploit one or two of those spaces in the dying minutes of this game. Still just as committed though, Australia in defence there. Tim Deven again going to ground, he's had a good game. As too as Lappart here on the right-hand side for Belgium, unable to convert from his penalty corner opportunities. 4 in total for Australia, 3 for Belgium. Australia scoring twice through Kieran Govers. And a chance now for Australia to take the lead, and they've scored in the dying minutes. Australia, are they going to hold on for the win here? 2 minutes left to play. Australia 3, Belgium 2.
It's number 12, Wetton, I think, who finishes it brilliantly over the top of Van Asch. Comes through the middle, it's a turnover at centre midfield, great weighted ball through into the circle from Ford, across the top of the D. Wetton gets under it, edge of the stick, over the top of the advancing goalkeeper.
Thank you very much. Well, they scored in exactly the same minute in the first half, Belgium. Can Australia hold on here in the dying moments of this second half? Wetton with the goal on 69 minutes.
Coach Mark Lammers will obviously not be happy. He gives his team no time to try and get back into this. I know that they equalised within 30 seconds last time, but you can't imagine Australia making the same defensive lapses again.
Well, this is it, the final minute of play. Australia 3, Belgium 2. This will be the last attack of this game. 5 yards, was he 5?
He was 5 yards from where the free hit was given. Tom Bone very cleverly moved the ball forwards, or very cynically moved the ball forwards to decrease the distance to try and win that free hit. Umpire Kim right on the spot to not give it.
Long corner, final 30 seconds now. Still Belgium battling to get something from this game, looking for an equaliser. There was something there, was there, on the edge of the D? It was a little foot, but it was outside the D. Oh, what a thrilling end to this game between these two sides. Ball into the D, needed a defensive touch from the keeper again. Baisley getting some kicker on it. And that will be the last touch of the game. There goes the hooter. So the first game of the Hero Hockey World League final ends up in a win for Australia, scoring with just 2 minutes left to go in the game through Jacob Wetton. Australia take the win by 3-2. Well, what a game. Both sides very evenly matched, but it was Australia that cropped up and stole it right at the end, right at the death, and will take the first 3 points of this tournament. There's Govers, who scored 2 of Australia's 3 goals, one on 33 minutes and the second on 48 minutes, before Jacob Wetton got the winner. Tom Bone and Thomas Briels getting goals for Belgium. And there is final confirmation. Full-time score here, Australia 3, Belgium 2. So there we go, first game done and dusted. Australia coming away with all 3 points. And the next game of the evening, or early afternoon here in India, is Netherlands versus Argentina, Germany versus New Zealand after that, and then England versus India, the final game of the day. Australia then head back to their camp and will be the happier of the 2 sides. And here's why. We can have a look back on some of the match highlights if you missed any of them. So from the second half, Kieran Govers' goal, 1-1 at half-time. That to make it 2-1 then for Kieran Govers on 48 minutes, and 2-1 to Australia. Went on the opposite side of the goalkeeper as to where he went in the first half, and then a scrappy goal there. A little defensive error at the back to let Belgium back in on 53 minutes. Thomas Briels with the final touch in the centre of your picture there. There was the defensive error from Carroll at the back. And then with just 2 minutes left to play, a counter-attack from Australia, which saw Wetton go onto his reverse stick and chip it over the goalkeeper. And what a winner it turned out to be. So Ockenden congratulating the rest of his teammates. And it's Australia 3, Belgium 2, the final score. Australia with the better of the shots, more circle penetrations, and scored 2 of 4 penalty corners, none from 3 for Belgium. And we can head down pitch side. So Rick Charlesworth, again the happier of the 2 coaches, 3 points for his side today. And we can get some reaction pitch side.
Hello and welcome to the Hero Man of the Match presentation. I'm delighted to be joined by Jason McCracken, Technical Director of the FIH, and he'll present the Hero Man of the Match trophy along with a check for rupees 25,000 to today's Man of the Match and the winning goal scorer, Jacob Wetton from Australia.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thank you. Thanks, mate.
Jacob, a bit of a scrap to begin with, and good for you to come up with a winning goal.
Yeah, definitely. It was a hard-fought match. Belgium have played well over the last 12 months, and we had to do our homework. And by the contest 3-2, it shows it was a close game, and yeah, happy to get the win.
You've come here with a squad with a few inexperienced players. A few big guns have been rested. Is that an opportunity for the rest of you to come up and step up to the plate?
Yeah, definitely. Guys like you said, Jamie's not here, and other guys like that. So I think it is a test for the younger guys coming into the group. We want to build our culture and our group back in Australia, and we're doing that now in India. So yeah, it's coming along well.
Well, the format of the tournament is such that if you top the group, you could still get out in the quarterfinals, and conversely, you could lose and still go on to win. So how does that affect the team's approach to these league phases?
I don't think it affects it at all. We come out to win every game. We work to our game plan, and if the result goes our way, it goes our way. We play every game as we want to, and we want to be the best. So win every game, we'll make it to the main game at the end of the tournament.
Well, congrats for today, and all the best for your match tomorrow.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate. Cheers, guys.
Well, there we go then. Jacob Wetton picking up the Man of the Match award, and Australia picking up the 3 points in this first game of the Hero Hockey World League Finals. Home fans slowly starting to drift in for that game against England later this evening. And the Netherlands are already out there warming up for their game against Argentina. Netherlands and Argentina both in the same pool as Australia and Belgium. Australia there, confirmation of that win against Belgium in the opening game, 3-2. Netherlands versus Argentina is next. And from Germany and New Zealand, they will play at 6 p.m. this evening, and England take on the host India at 8 p.m. Some great games to look forward to, but final thoughts on that game that we just saw there, Simon?
Well, I think Australia deserved it. They created the more meaningful chances in the Belgian circle, and in the end it was a great bit of individual skill from the man of the match to deliver the result, but it was a real collective, assertive team effort from Australia in attack.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed it, whether you're watching on YouTube or back home in Australia or in Belgium. We're underway here in New Delhi, in India. The party's just started. Who will win the next encounter, though, between the Netherlands and Argentina? Do stick around for that one. All the match commentary on the way for it from New Delhi, but from myself, Michael Absalom, and Simon Mason. Thank you very much for your company. We'll see you again very shortly. Bye for now.